Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and today I have a haul video for you. This is quite the collective haul over September, October, and I just wanted to share because there's a lot of fun things you guys will see in upcoming videos and projects, and over for some even holiday gifts because I did indeed find some Christmas stuff, so I hope you guys are excited. Firstly, I think I'll start with sort of something that's quite sad and just a friendly reminder for our industry that there are so many amazing small crafty businesses out there to support. Sadly, Reverse Confetti did shut their doors, but I did manage to buy a few things during their closing sale. And I'm happy to have some of their things in my stash to live on and to be created with because art is everlasting. But this is your friendly reminder to always check out those small shops that you know and love. And if you can't afford anything right now, sharing their posts is always super duper helpful. Even if it's just with a couple friends you have a chat with, or if it's in a Discord group or a Facebook group you're a part of, wherever that may be, sharing is always very helpful. So I picked up a couple of things from Reverse Confetti Design Co. before they shut their doors last month. First off is this cover plate cross pattern, which cover plates are so beautiful, but I don't really own any that I love working with. So I ended up picking up this one. As you can see, they're like the perfect size for a small detail in the background. And I'd really like to try this also as an embossing technique, which Jennifer McGuire has done numerous times if you haven't seen that before. So this pattern will just indent on your paper ever so lightly and make something so beautiful. So that is one thing I purchased from them. And then I purchased a set here. I live in Florida, so when I saw this orange set, I had to have it. So orange blossoms are so beautiful, and obviously oranges are very popular here in Florida. It also comes with a couple sentiments, but I also picked up the matching die set. And what's really nice about this is because these particular flowers have a lot of off-growth, like leaves and miniature buds, it'll be so much easier to just pop it out with the die. So these two will go in my stash together, and I'm excited to hopefully make some beautiful Florida-esque cards for my family and friends who live out of state, but super excited for that set. And that is it from Reverse Confetti. But again, as we come upon the holiday season, it is never too early to start shopping small now. And I do believe that there are so many amazing different types of shops out there. I'll leave some in the comments down below as well as in the description box, so make sure you guys leave a comment down below with your favorite small shop so that we can spread the love this holiday season and beyond and find new different small businesses to support throughout the next upcoming year, because there are so many amazing things out there. I just can't even believe how talented some people are with creating with the materials, with inventing and designing new materials. It is just outstanding. Moving on to the next thing, I was lucky enough to be visiting Texas when I managed to stumble across this amazing deal from Joann's. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Park Lane paper. I think it's a medium sort of quality. It's not like the best. It's not the original DCWV we know and love, but it will do, especially when the theme is so fitting for a trip I just got back from. So as some of you might know, I went to Yellowstone and the Grand Teton National Parks back in September, and when you go on a trip as such with so much wildlife and so many amazing mountains and things to see, it is hard to find certain collections that sort of convey that well, and that's what the Park Lane Outdoor Collection did. So they had these on clearance because they were near the Halloween releases, so they had them on clearance, and I had to pick up the 6x8 and the 12x12 because I just had to. It is too perfect to pass up for this type of memory that I wanted to do. So looking at my receipt here, the 6x8s are $2.10 and the 12x12s were $4.50. So a really great deal overall, but let me do a quick flip through for you guys so you can see. Let me just make all the pages loose here. But similar patterns in the 12x12, just different scale. So like this one's absolutely beautiful. There are so many beautiful trees out there. The back is similarly just a very light pattern of trees, so like big contrast with that one. We have our little mountains, and then on the back we have a camouflage that also is very beautiful. Then we have this sort of like check pattern with on the background, again, some little like mountain patterns. This one's one of those sort of like geometric prints, and the background, since this one is embossed, the background's just sort of like more of a plain sort of blue with that same embossing. This one's one of my favorites. It's actually a mountain range with the sun or moon behind it. And then we have a little camping one. Now, we didn't camp while we were there, but if you guys want to see more pictures and what happened, check out my Instagram, which will also be linked down below. This one may be one of my favorites, especially in the 12 by 12, but I love topographic maps, and this is what this represents. And on the back, we have the same sort of squiggle pattern through the embossing, but with sort of like a texture that's almost like paint, like splotched paint. Very beautiful. Then we have, do I have 3 of those? I don't remember them all having 3. Okay, I might have an extra sheet of that. Odd. This one's the wolf pattern, which is amazing. Now, we didn't see any wild wolves, but we did go to a wolf sanctuary in Montana while we were there, and it was absolutely beautiful to see them up close. And obviously it is so sad that many of them can't go back into the wild and need human assistance because of the terrible things that are happening, but it was beautiful to see them up close. Some trails. And then the back there is just a plain neutral. It is nice that some of these are embossed, and sometimes you can't even tell that the other side is embossed. You can see a little bit of it there. This is the same pattern as before, but in a different color tone. And on the back of that one's a different camouflage color tone. And then we have a blue wolf pattern. And on the back of that one is these beautiful stars. Now, you might not be able to tell on this side, but these stars are actually embossed. So just the stars on this side. So when you go to this side, you see some debossed stars, which is really, really cool idea. We have another geometric pattern in a different color wave. And on the back of that is like this beautiful green, almost looks textured, but it's embossed as that geometric. And then we have some cut aparts, which again, I think are so, so fun to include. And on the back of that, again, that same sort of texture that is like fabric almost. And that is the Outdoors by Park Lane. And like I said, the 12 by 12 is the exact same thing with a couple extras. So I can preview some of those, like the owls are new. They have a couple different color sets of the topographic here. And then there's also some plaids, which I think are very universal in terms of what you can use them for. So let me do a quick flip through this one again. Double-sided, more cut aparts, obviously, more topographic. There's the little owl guy. But very, very fun, especially for that trip. That's the exact reason I wanted to buy this. I don't have too many dark color schemes like this, and I think they'll contrast well against some of the lighter blue sky pictures that I have. But just an incredible experience, and I'm so excited to document it. And here's some more of those plaids that are new to the 12 by 12 versus the 6 by 8. So a really good deal on those. Basically $6.50 for both of these to have for that. And then I also got this one, which was on sale with it. There were a couple other collections too, but they didn't appeal to me as much because they didn't work with the trip album that I am planning in my head at the very least. So this is Simple Things, which is sort of like their fall. Just opening the pages here so I can flip it through. This one has sort of like a shiny tone to it, less embossing, but very, very pretty patterns. A lot of stripes, which work great for layers. A lot of squirrels, which you guys might know I actually adore squirrels so very much. This one had 3 sheets of that one too. I didn't know much about Park Lane paper pads and what they offer, but apparently you get 3 sheets of one of the patterns. Acorns, of course, because who doesn't love an acorn? We have a plaid on the back of that. This one's actually very beautiful. It's like a tonal leaf pattern with like that darkness and the embossing on top where it gives that shiny pattern. More plaids. More squirrels, more dots. Again, just some basic patterns on the back of these, and then some dark fall sort of tones, which I think is really great. And of course, the wood grain. We cannot underestimate how great a wood grain is for our stash, and just adding that in is a whole nother element that I really couldn't pass up. And similarly, there's a lot more wood grains in the 12 by 12 over the 6 by 8, but had to get both, same price, $4.50 and then $2.10. Really good prices for what they are overall. So I'm really, really happy to have these added into my stash. So now that we're through what I purchased at Joann's, I'm going to stack these back up over here and move on to Tuesday morning. Since I was in Texas for a little while, I also wanted to check out their local Tuesday morning because my Tuesday morning here in Florida is one really super duper far away and a lot of traffic, and 2, has not expanded their craft section since the last time I'd been there, from what I've heard. So I decided to check out 1, and it was dangerous because I did leave with a lot. So let's start with some of the Christmas stuff I found. This is the Vicky Boutin Warm Wishes Puffy Sticker Set. This was kind of a splurge buy. I don't normally buy puffy sticker sets like this, but I'm really loving puffy stickers in that when they're small like this, I think it's the cutest darn thing in the world. And small puffy stickers like these ones, not too thick, not too large, work so well in traveler's notebooks that I thought maybe if I wanted to do a Christmas traveler's notebook this year, these would work perfect. I didn't see anything else from this collection in there, but if you want to see behind the scenes of things like this, you can always check out my Patreon. I typically post over there, but I do have a shop with me coming up for my channel here, which will be this Tuesday morning, so you'll see some of this stuff, you'll see some more stuff, and that'll be coming up on my channel shortly after this haul goes up, so be sure to look out for that. I know you guys like shop with me's because they're so fun to just interesting to see what other places have, especially compared to yours, because it might inspire you to go look at yours or to not, which is my favorite case, is when someone shares what they got and I'm like, well, I don't really like any of the new stuff that came out, so I don't have to go. But that doesn't happen very often. And then moving into more of the Christmas, and they didn't have all their Christmas stuff out yet because I went in October, but I did have to pick up this little 6x6 from DCWV. Do I need any more paper? Obviously not. But this one called my name. As you can tell, it has a lot of beautiful greens in it and some foil, which is just perfect because I love all of those things. So if I open it up here, we have a couple quick cut aparts. And on the back, we have this beautiful green tone with polka dots, this beautiful floral. You guys know me in florals, the little pine boughs. So stinking cute. Look at these little Christmas trees. I'm sorry. I'm so excited for Christmas, guys. I know it's still early and I can respect that, but I'm so excited to see these patterns and see them come to life. I love a little village scene. I never know how to use these, but I think they are so precious. Similarly, the holly berries and holly leaves, so beautiful. A little miniature version on the back side. This is like a little icon version. They did not have a 12x12 of this. I assume DCWV will put one out. This one's a bunch of holiday sayings, season's greetings, celebrate the season, very cute. Then we've got Old Saint Nick on this side with a gold dot foil. Snowflakes, look how beautiful this rose gold is. That's right, they mixed foils in this paper pack, which I can commend them for. I love a mixed foil look, especially when it comes to rose gold and gold, or including silver. I think it's so pretty to mix and match. This one's almost more of a copper than a rose gold, but you can see it's very, very shiny. And then on the back of that side is this beautiful sort of like silhouette version of cardinals. I have to assume a cardinal, but it could also be a blue jay for all I know. But cardinals typically associated with Christmas. This one has a bunch of, let's see, lyrics, Christmas lyrics. We have a little heart pattern, the little mason jars. It looks like mason jars may be another trend for this Christmas. And then some more holly leaves. So I had to pick this up, $2.99. I'm going to hold these both closer to the camera if you guys want to know the number to call your local store and see if they have it. But very, very cute Christmas stuff. So this is Cozy Noel from DCWV. So that's the Christmas stuff. Now let's move into the other stuff here. So one other thing that I got before I move in, which may be considered Christmas, but I think it's just around the year kind of thing, is I got a recipe stamp. Now, I made a recipe book for my brother last year, but the recipes already existed in our family, so they're all just photo copies. And then sort of like edited so they look nicer for his album. But I thought this would be nice to sort of stamp out a bunch of these to give to him to put into that album when he wants to write down his recipes. So I'm going to do that, or at least have his wife write down the recipes. You know, sometimes handwriting doesn't go well. But I wanted to grab this because I think it's such a fun idea. Or if I gift anything to anyone this year, cookies, I plan on trying to make cookies early this year so I can hand them out. I'm thinking Mickey Christmas cookies this year. Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea. But I want to write down how I made them, what's in them, especially the ingredient list, because there are so many allergies nowadays and sensitivities. So really helpful to have something like this to go with them. So I thought this would be a great addition to my stamp stash. And for those looking for the number, there you go. $2.99 seemed like a good deal. That's typically what the Bo Bunny stamps are listed at. And since this one is so large, as you can see, It's almost like a little less than 4x6 because you want to be able to fit on a 4x6 card. But I really, really like the design of this one, especially since it's so simple. And although the lines are close together, I still think I can make it work in terms of my handwriting. So excited to have that. And it's semi-Christmas because I plan on giving treats out this year. And then we have the big haul here, which is all the ephemera I decided to buy. And yes, all of this, everything here to the right, came home with me in a suitcase, and it was a very heavy suitcase. But I did buy a ton of ephemera because, as I mentioned earlier, I am making quite a few gifts this year, and I tend to use a lot of ephemera on gift giving. I just think it adds the perfect touch. It adds a lot of character, and for $2.99, I went crazy. Now, did I buy all of the ones they had available? No. And you guys, again, will see that next time when I upload the Tuesday morning shop with me, because you will not want to miss that. But excited to have some of these. This one I'm probably the most excited about. This is the Maggie Holmes road trip. As you guys know, I just got back from some trips, and I actually had a road trip this past summer. So some of this stuff like the maps, I don't know why it's called road trip with some planes involved, but I will let that go for this scenario. Oh, it's called round trip. That would be helpful. So this one's called Round Trip. I think I confused it with a collection I already own called Road Trip, but nonetheless, very beautiful. Love all of these pieces, like cannot get over it. And this shuttle bus, although it is pink, it reminds me of the shuttle bus that we utilized when we went to Maine this summer and even to Zion last year in Utah. I just really love pastels, and this one had to come home with me. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That one was in my hand from the start. Then we move into some older stuff. This one's probably the oldest collection here, and this is Dear Lizzie. Let's see, this is 2019. Which one is this? It is covered up if it is there, but I had the stickers to go along with this if I do remember correctly. But there are iridescent paper pieces in this one, which are these ones up here. It's going to be very hard to tell because iridescent is different than like a metallic, but you can kind of see they have a glimmer to them on these ones up in the top spot, which are mostly florals. But I really love that there are so many journaling spots here. This is what encourages me to journal more than anything, is a journaling spot, whether that's a 3x4 card, a sticker. These help me journal a lot better than I normally do. I also really appreciate when there are little tickets and trinkets included in ephemera packs, so I had to have this one. I don't believe I have much of the sticker sheet left, so a little bit counterintuitive. But as you guys also might remember, I don't buy collections in full by any means. I never have, probably never will. But a lot of this goes with so much I already own that it is perfect. Then I picked up 2 Paige Evans sets. This one's her fall one. This one I believe was her spring one. So Wonders and Bungalow Lane. These are pretty similar, so I'm just going to hold them up at the same time. More deeper tones in Bungalow Lane and more brighter tones in Wonders. But as you can see, very similar. These are the floral packs, not the ephemera. I think they're called floral ephemera if I'm not mistaken. But very, very pretty. And I really, really like both of these. Oh, this one's actually 2020 and this one's 2021. I can't even keep up with them, guys. But here are the little stickers for those if you guys are interested. But overall, super duper excited to have a ton of new goodies to encourage me, a ton of Christmas stuff to look forward to making. If you're interested in more content, you can check out my Patreon, which will be linked down below, patreon.com/grayflorals. Super excited to look forward to all of these projects. And as always, be sure to check out your favorite small businesses. Especially this holiday season, they're going to be running so many great promos, free gifts, maybe a discount off, but it is great to support them all year long as well. So make sure to keep an eye out for some beautiful comments that I know you guys are going to leave, shouting out your favorite crafty small businesses, and I'll be sure to leave some in the description that you can shop right away in preparation to prepare for everything you're going to make this holiday season. But thank you guys so much for watching my haul. I'll have everything linked down below I can still find on the internet in case you guys are interested. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I will have that Tuesday morning shop with me coming very, very soon. And if you guys have any video suggestions, please leave them in the comments as well. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.